All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Citation to all the I can push this word with truth, sincerity, with charity. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, whom the word ignorant calls God, and Jehovah. Bahasham is in the name. Yahweh Shai is his son's name, whom the word ignorant calls Jesus, and Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. As always, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible, as well as the scattered bird out there. The scattered Israelites that scatter amongst the other nations, whose outer appearance may seem to be of those nations, but whose lineage through their father's line go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Your Israelites, no matter what your outer appearance may seem to be. Salakia. But this is as always, I'm your diary from the Great Millstone Branch out in Chicago, and I'm back with you another lesson. It's gonna be entitled "Women's Empowerment Destroys Jake." Man, and hey, the devil is so crafty, man, that as the scriptures say, he sought out ways to destroy us, man. And hey, one of the ways that he destroyed us is through women's empowerment, man. And hey, ultimately, what I mean by that is he gave the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American woman power over the Negro, Latino, Native American Israelite man, you know. And what did that lead to? That led to the destruction, the further destruction of our nation, man. Because hey, you get the woman that has power over the man. Now the man can't be a man. He can't lead the child as he can't teach the child like he wants to teach a child, right? And hey, that's Esau being crafty. Teach, grieve, enemy. I got the Sirach 30 in her. It's like it. Yep, this is Sirach chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, "He that loveth his son calls him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end." Esau Edom has gotten the male out the household, and through Black Lives Matter, they're ultimately trying to push that agenda even more. And it tells you that on the Black Lives Matter agenda page, man, that they want basically a society filled with women raising their children, man. Why? So the men can grow up to be very feminine and tender without instruction, man, which leads into degenerates and reprobates, man. You know, it says Sirach 31, "He that loveth his son calls him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him amongst his acquaintance," man. So hey, if you have a father in the household, which Esau Edom does not want you Israelites to have, you know, it makes your son, you know, masculine, man. You know, it keeps him on track, on target, you know. Verse 3, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy." Right, Esau Edom doesn't want the male in the house teaching the son. He want either the mother in the house, so that the child, you know, grows up and just become fully degenerate and rebellious, so that he can give him what he feels is best, which is the ways of wickedness, man. It says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he have left one behind that is like himself." Right. So hey, ultimately, Esau Edom doesn't want a masculine male in the household, man. And hey, how does he do that, man? He gives the woman power over the man, which is completely off, man. Verse 5, "While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends." You know, but hey, that was just a quick one, really quick. That wasn't on the list. It's like, yeah, I ain't gonna deal with it. This is Psalm 64:2, because hey, this devil is crafty. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." Man, hey, these Edomites, they literally have counsels, and they search out ways to destroy you Israelites, man. And one way they did that was giving a woman more power than a man, giving them food stamps, giving them benefits. As long as they don't have a man in the household, a woman can, you know, basically live rent free. Come on now. That's obvious, man. But our people are just, as it says in the book of Psalms, the 82nd chapter, they are need to be basically ridden out of the hand of the wicked. They need to be delivered, taken out of the hand of the wicked, man. You know, it says verse 3, "Who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. It says, verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter, man. These Edomites, they sit up and they just plot out ways, whether it's redlining, whether it's building your idols, your highly, the notable people of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, which normally consists of a athlete, a singer, nothing positive or nothing that's actually beneficial or educational. It's just always some type of form of entertainment. That's the devil being crafty, man. Limiting you to a box. It says verse 5, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, man. So, these Edomites, these self-proclaimed white men, they figure out ways to destroy our people, man. And one of those ways, as I said before, was through the women, man. This is Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou black sliding daughter? For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. That's a new thing, man. A woman is ultimately to be under her man. She, as it says in the book of Genesis, her desire is going to be to her husband, man. But Esau Edom then flipped the script, and he got the man having to go out his way and simp and do all this just to please a woman that's sadly enough been with more than one man. This woman not even worth it. This is Sirach chapter 22 and verse 4. It says, a wise daughter shall bring an inheritance to her husband, but she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness, man. So, Esau Edom, he gives our children, even a daughter, power over the parents so that she can go out and do things that which she shouldn't be doing, which ultimately results in a whole ball of confusion, man. The scriptures tell you that Yahweh is not for confusion, roughly paraphrasing. Salakia, these allergies beating me. It says, it says, but she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness. She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband. It says, both they both shall, but they both shall despise her. And then I want to tell the word bold, man. It was an interesting definition. It says, Old English, beld, West Saxon, bald, England, stout-hearted. Something that's stout-hearted, that's basically, believe it's like hard-headed, brave, courageous, or determined. It says, brave, confident, strong. It says, bold, swift, in names such as Archibald, Leopold, Theobald, Godfrey, blah, 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 blah. It says frightful, dangerous, perhaps from pi, bold to suffer, from root of bell, to blow, meaning requiring or exhibiting courage. It's from mid 13th century, also in a bad sense. Audacious, presumptuous, overstepping usual boundaries. That's what that word bold goes back to. It says overstepping usual boundaries, man. What is that? That's a woman not being in her correct order, man, which leads to confusion, man. You see, the woman now is not the woman being the head of the household leads, the man, it just leads to a whole ball of confusion, man. It leads to the corrupting of the family, It says in Sirach chapter 3 and verse 9. Because now the woman, she don't want to be with a man. When a woman leaves a man, or she wants to leave a man, she's supposed to take nothing. But Esau gave her the power to take everything, even the children. Now the children either have a stepfather that's just totally just not in order, and that leads to very strange and out of order conduct. It says, Sirach 3 and 9, for the blessing of the father establishes the house of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations, man. You see? A woman having too much power rooteth out foundations. It breaks everything apart, It says overstepping usual boundaries. From 1670, standing out of view, striking the eye, out of flavor. From 1829 to now, meaning those who are bold, is from C 1300, and both admiring and disparaging senses, Old French, and Provenical about bold, Italian, baldo, bold, daring, fearless, as Germanic loan words related boldly, boldness. But that was just a interesting point I want to make right there. It says audacious, presumptuous, overstepping usual boundaries, man. And, hey, that's what that word bold goes back to, man. Because, hey, what's the order? 1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I will have you known that the head of every man is Hamashiach. Salakia. I'm going to blow my nose one moment. Salakia. Quick intervention. Alright, it says verse 2, now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I will have you known that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. For the man is not of the woman. I jump down to verse 8. It says, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Right? It's an order to everything that Yahweh Shema Shai does, man. The order is Yahweh Shai, man, God. It's like man, woman, and child, man. You know, when everything is followed in that right order, peace on earth, man. Matter of fact, Isaiah 26. Isaiah 26:8. Yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Yahweh, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness, man. Hey, that's what it is, man. That's when the world is going to be peaceful, man. When the law, statutes, commandments are implemented into the world, you know, when they are the end thing to do. Because right now you have wickedness, which is the end thing to do right now. You know, so this is Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Right, and that's the so-called white man right there, man. You know, they came and flipped everything around. The scripture tell you that the earth is out of course, man. The earth mourneth and languish away because of the haughty people, man. Esau Edom then came and made the woman the head. You know, and the Lord said, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. You know, Esau Edom come to God and say, nah, it worked better this way. Nah, man, the Lord has a judgment for that, you know. This is 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Give honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. And as being it says, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So, hey, man, the woman is the weaker vessel, and she needs to be treated as so, man. But, hey, you know, you live in a punk-ass society in which uplifts a woman over a man, which is totally off, man. Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. This is the thinking of the ungodly, by the way. Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Right? They oppress and push their doctrine through the law, through laws, unrighteous decrees, man. Verse 12, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. Right, they clean contrary. Everything that's contrary, everything that's right according to the Holy Scriptures, Esau Edom, the devil of the Bible, comes and flip him, man, and does the opposite. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgression of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. So, our ways, the true order, the Israelites' ways, which is the true order of life. The ungodly said that they're completely opposite, contrary. They're grievous. So what do? They do the opposite, man, and put the woman before the man. And you see what that brings you, man. You got Jake all in jail because of woman problems. This guy slept with this guy's wife, or this woman went and did this, man. Come on now. That's all corruption that stemmed from this segueing and leading away from the law, statutes, commandments, man. Proverbs 31:3, give not thy strength to women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings, man. You're not supposed to give a woman your power, man, but we live in a society where a woman is a queen. You just got to uplift her and cherish her, man. Bitch-ass society, man. Sirach 32:22, and beware of thy own children. Yeah, Esau Edom also gave the child power over the man. So as the scriptures say, the earth is out of course, man. Everything is just not in this right place, man. Hey, we waiting on Yahushua to come with that healing in his wings, man, and to fix everything, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this was just a quick edifying lesson. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. The ones to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. So I take to all that I can push this word out there with truth, sincerity, with charity. Shalom, woman, a Baba Ball.